That loss gets you a better draft pick, and it's a nail in the coffin for this Bears staff. So bad franchises find ways to lose games they should win. Chicago was a better team yesterday. Yesterday they were. They got rid of Shane Waldron, the coordinator. Clearly it worked. Caleb, they scored on 4 of their first 5 drives. There were no 3-and-outs. They schemed up easy completions for Caleb. This is what we've been preaching for 3 weeks. He's a rookie. Do what Sean Payton's doing with Bo Nix. Screen up some layups. And that allowed him to be the great athlete he is. So the Bears were better. They got the ball out quickly. It was like, oh, the offensive coordinator who came with a dicey reputation, he was the problem. Looked like a real team. I mean, they dominated time of possession. I mean, Green Bay's excellent. Green Bay's a top 10 organization. They're a top 3 organization in the last 20 years. And they've dominated this organization in Chicago. Chicago outplayed them. Chicago's offense with a rookie quarterback looked pretty good. They dominate time of possession. They were very good on third down. They did everything right. But this is where we saw it in the Hail Mary. Close game. This isn't college football. Most teams aren't the Lions where they're bulldozing people. It comes down to a series of situational, circumstantial moments. This is very interesting. A reporter, I imagine, I don't know who the reporter is, Colin Cowherd, said, just talked to several players on the Packers field goal unit. All of them noticed that Bears kicker, Cairo Santos, kicked with a low trajectory. So the Packers thought the Bears would run an extra play to get closer so the kicker for the Bears wouldn't have to really drive the ball with a lower trajectory. So once again, the Packers knew the Bears kicker better than apparently the Bears knew the tendencies of the Bears kicker. The Packers thought, as the Bears got the ball, 3 minutes left, they drove down, they could have run an extra play, get 4 to 5, 6 yards closer, right? And so it's more of a pop kick than a low, it's like hitting an iron in golf. The further back you go, the trajectory is often lower for a lot of kickers.
Okay, well, I think we're getting kind of lost a little bit in the weeds now, trying to figure out the kicker. The kicker needs to, if that's a problem with the kicker, I mean, the kicker needs to be able to make that kick, right? Like, if it was a problem with his trajectory, I mean, you can say this team all you want, but, like, he should be able to make a easy field goal, right? Like, so I think we're getting kind of get too lost in that situation, quite frankly, right? Like, this is the definition of do your job. So if we want to blame coaching for the missed field goal, I mean, I understand how we can get there, but I don't know how helpful it is, honestly. I think the big takeaway is that Caleb Williams obviously looked significantly more comfortable, right? And the Packers are a tough, gritty team, and this was obviously a divisional game. But Caleb going 23 for 31, 231 yards, 7.5 yards per attempt, 95 rating. I mean, his scrambles were awesome. 9 for 70, 9 carries for 70 yards. Were really, really impressive because not only did he have a couple designed runs, he had some zone reads. Like, he just did really, really nice stuff, and any of the undesigned stuff, he looked comfortable. He looked comfortable being able to kind of do what he needed to do. There was a lot of times that he was scrambling and using his legs, and it was more from a place of panic more than anything. Whereas against the Packers, it felt so much more intentional. And those are some of the little things that I really look for. And before going into this game, they were 29%, 31st on third downs in the NFL. And against the Packers, they were 9 for 16. They were 56%, which would skyrocket them to the first place for the best third down conversion rate. So really impressive. The Packers were only 1 for 5. Total yards, 391 to the Packers, 366. They had 23 first downs to the Packers, 19, and they dominated time of possession, 36 minutes to 23 minutes. And it's tough. I mean, they controlled the game, the entire game, really, but they lost, right? You had the blocked field goal. I don't agree with going for the 2-point conversion. I understand math, but as we see, people are missing field goals. People are missing extra points. Look around the league right now. This whole idea that, this is like basic math now, and so you do it, it's not basic anymore. We got field goal kickers just straight up missing extra points, missing field goals all around the NFL. All around the NFL. Bills missing an extra point. The Bengals missing multiple field goals and I think an extra point, or at the very least multiple field goals. We have Justin Tucker missing field goals. The Eagles missing field goal. I mean, all around the league. All around the NFL. So do not take these points for granted. do not automatically assume, oh, well, technically, mathematically, it's better to go for the 2-point conversion instead of the 1. Like, no, that's not necessarily true. As we see. So what was right in the past doesn't mean that it's right in the present or the future. That much is obvious. But I mean, I just think you could see the evolution and the consistency of Caleb Williams, right? That 3rd and 19 in the fourth quarter, that scramble throw, right, was like absolutely beautiful. And then it was 4th and 3rd, and then another beautiful throw, right? Like you heard Tom Brady like yelling like he does when he gets excited. You hear him go, "Oh!" Like, because these were big plays, big moments. This is what everybody was waiting for to see from Caleb Williams. Now, he did have a handful of bad throws. I counted them, right? Like, he literally had like 5 bad throws. Tom Brady pointed a bunch of them out. I'm not going to harp on that. I give rookies the benefit of the doubt, but the problem is that it can compound when you have the season that you had, right? Like, that's part of the issue when you have some of those things going on with Caleb Williams in this offense. But that's why I think it was really impressive. They asked him to throw on 4th and 2, 4th and 3rd, right? Like, they trusted him. They weren't like, "Hey, we're going to baby you," or, "Hey, I know things haven't been going, very well, so we're going to kind of just like try to make things ultra easy for you." Like, that's not the case. They got easy plays for him, like every coordinator is supposed to do for their quarterback, but they also let Caleb be Caleb. That's very much what the NFL is all about with their quarterbacks. It's like some drives, hey, you know what? We're going to throw on the training wheels just because why not make it easy? And other drives, you're like, hey, you know what? We're going to take off the training wheels. Have at it. Let's see what you got. Right? It's that balance. It's not all or nothing. It's never all or nothing. Even Andy Reid schemes up the easiest, shortest passes for Patrick Mahomes. Even Tom Brady has had the shortest, easiest little, screen passes. It's just what every single quarterback does under the sun. And so it's always this kind of push, pull, ebb and flow. It's a rhythm to it. And that's exactly what this offense had. It had a rhythm to it. It had a rhythm. It had a feel. It felt like it was on purpose. So that's where I'm really interested to see what the conversation turns into, because maybe this was a one-off thing, but you had a lot of people, and I've highlighted this, where it was like, hey, everybody, you have so many people saying, like, because Colin's like saying this was clearly a Shane Waldron issue, when literally last week he was talking to Cosell, he was talking to a couple other people who were saying this is 90% on Caleb Williams. And it's just like, well, then how do we make sense of all of that? So I'm interested to see what the conversation continues to unfold, because people are so dead set on calling Caleb a bust, which was always absurd. I think this season has, the way how it's unfolded, has officially turned into a, we're punting this season. Let's just kind of continue to improve and grow and develop Caleb, get him comfortable so he doesn't have to hit the reset button starting his second year, that he can kind of hit the ground running and be significantly more comfortable starting the second year. And also hopefully play good enough where now a great offensive coach is going to be like, I want Caleb. Because the way how this was unfolding before, everyone's hitting the panic button, and it's like, okay, well, like, what coach is going to run to go to Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears if they're that much of a mess, right? If they don't believe in that Caleb can handle it, what coach is going to want to sign up for that? So part of righting this ship and showing that Caleb is legit and the proven number one pick and has a high ceiling, part of that is going to be great, because then it's going to attract a great offensive head coach. And if you're still in the camp of them keeping Eberflus, I mean, again, by all means, best of luck with that. But I think you got to clean house from coaching. This game proves it for multiple reasons, quite frankly. Get the bona fide offensive head coach so you have the stability, because the problem is, even if you say, hey, well, Eberflus, defense, that's great, and now we're going to have an offensive coordinator, the moment he turns Caleb Williams around, if he does, and Caleb Williams is balling, that offensive coordinator is out the door. He's gone. He's getting a head coaching job. If you now ball out and help Caleb reach his true potential, and everyone's like, oh my God, Caleb's amazing, oh wow, he's in the MVP conversation, boom, that coordinator is out the door, done, gone, and then you have to start this whole thing all over again. If Caleb Williams is going to be your quarterback for the next 15 years or so, right, that is the goal, for him to be this dominant beast of a quarterback, just get the offensive head coach now. Take care of it. Get that taken care of. You get that locked and loaded, you'll be good for years and years and years, and you don't have to play the coordinating game like we see with Lamar Jackson, which we see with Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, right? Like we see that with those coaches. We see it again and again and again. The Chicago Bears can just sidestep that. So, but we'll see what they do. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about Caleb Williams? Do you think it's clear that the Bears coaching staff are failing not only Caleb, but the Bears team as a whole? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and I'd absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much, and see you next time.